Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to be going over a logistics app that I created. So before we start, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would like and subscribe, and let's get into it. In this file called MainActivity.kt, I'm setting up the main entry point for the logistics app. This class extends component activity, and inside onCreate I first initialize Firebase with Firebase app.initializeApp this, so that the app can talk to Firebase as soon as it launches. Then I call setContent, which is where the Jetpack Compose UI starts. I keep two key pieces of state. One that is called isDarkTheme, which controls whether the app is in light mode or dark mode, and another called Screen, which tracks which screen the user is currently on, either the main screen, the AddLoadScreen, or the profile screen. I wrap everything in logistics app theme, passing in the dark theme value. Then I use a simple when statement on screen to decide what to show. Main screen for the home view with loads, plus buttons to add a load or go to profiles, and a toggle for dark mode. Add load screen when a user is adding a new load. Profile screen when managing driver profiles. Each screen gets callback functions like onAddClick, onProfileClick, and onDone, which just updates the screen state to navigate around the app. And towards the bottom, there's also a preview function that lets Android Studio render a preview of the main screen inside the app's theme, which is only used at design time and not during the actual build. So overall, this file is responsible for initializing Firebase, applying the app theme, handling light and dark mode, and controlling high-level navigation between the main parts of the logistics app. In this file, MainScreen.kt, I'm building the main dashboard of the logistics app. This screen connects to Firestore, listens to the load collection in real time, and stores the results in a loads list. There's also a helper function that deletes a load by its document ID. From these loads, I calculate a total hours and a weekly hours list, which is shown to see how many hours were driven each day of the week. This UI is wrapped in a scaffold with a top app bar and a floating action button. The top bar shows the title Driver Load Log and a profile icon that takes you to the profile screen. The floating button with a plus sign takes you to the Add Load screen. Inside the content, I show total loads, total hours, and a switch to toggle between light and dark mode. Then there's a profile summary section that either shows a setup profile button or a small card with driver and truck info, all pulled from the profiles collection in Firestore. Below that, I show a simple bar chart of weekly driving hours, and finally a lazy column of load item rows. This next file is called ProfileScreen.kt. I'm building the full driver and truck profile page here. At the top, I grab the Firebase Firestore profile instance and the current context. Then I set up a bunch of state variables for everything I want to store about the driver. I also keep a isLoading flag so I can show a loading message when I fetch data. In launched effect, I load the existing profile from Firestore from the profiles collection and a single document called driver. If it exists, I fill all the fields with that data. If it fails, I just stop the loading state. The UI uses a scaffold with a top app bar that has a back arrow and a title. The main content is a scrollable column broken into sections. Each section uses outline text field so the user can edit all their info in one place. At the bottom, there are two buttons. Save Profile builds a driver profile object with all the current field values and saves it to Firestore under the driver document. Then it shows a toast. Delete Profile deletes that same document, clears all the fields, shows a toast saying it was deleted, and then it calls onBack to return to the previous screen. Finally, we have the AddLoadScreen.kt. Here I am building the form for creating a new load. At the top I get the Firebase Firestore instance and the context. Then I set up state variables for everything I want to capture about a trip. The screen uses a scaffold with a top app bar titled New Load. and a back arrow that calls OnDone to go back to the main screen. The content is a scrollable column broken into sections, which is all built with outline text field so that the driver can quickly type everything in. At the bottom, the Save Load button does a little validation to make sure pickup city, drop-off city, and date are filled in. It shows a small toast, converts hours, miles, and weight to numbers, and then it creates a load object. That object gets pushed to Firestore in the loads collection. If the save succeeds, it shows a load saved toast and calls OnDone to navigate back. If it fails, it shows an error toast. So this screen is the main way to add new trips into the system and store them to Firebase. Here, as you can see, the app is now running. So at the top, you can click this little profile icon that when you click on it, it shows all the driver information, all the company information, the trailer information, insurance information, and any notes. You can click on any of them and you can edit it. And here's the back button, so get rid of this here. The back button takes us back and the save profile saves the profile. So I click back. Here we have 3 loads, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday. And you can see the little cards here that show all the information about the loads. And we can also add a new load right here with the plus button. So we have all the options: the pickup, drop off, schedule, summary, and load details. Click save load or the back button. And yeah, and then we also have the switch that turns the app to light mode and dark mode. And all of this connects to Firebase. So if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.